Hi, this is Robin from Mimi's Car Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute Hershey bars. My sister, who lives in Las Vegas, has recently signed up to sell Stampin' Up, and so she needed some patterns and things, and the easiest way for us to communicate is through video. And so I'm going to go through each one of these, but they're just a cute little gift that you could give to your neighbors or even pass out to kids in the neighborhood, or if you have carolers. One of the suggestions I heard this weekend was we're having carolers to our house, and they like to have something to give them. So it's just a cute little thing. I am going to start with Mr. Rudolph here. And I forgot one thing I got to get down here. Okay. I'm going to start with Rudolph. The first thing you're going to do, and some of these steps I won't go through every single time, but I need to kind of show you. This is called a Score Pal, and for my sister Debbie, use your, I really like Stampin' Up! Score Pal, and that is the one that I am going to use from now on. But this is Martha Stewart's, and you can get them at Michael's. I believe, I know Michael's has them, and I think maybe Hobby Lobby has them as well. But any kind of score pal, I would recommend that it has 1/8 of an inch score things on it. And then this is, I prefer to use, I gotta get used to which way I gotta go here. I prefer to use a stylus versus using your bone folder, but you can use your bone folder. Most of these boards come with bone folders to use with them, but I prefer a stylus. Okay, so you start off with a piece of paper, your base paper, and it's 5.5 by 7 inches. And you're going to score it at 2 1/8, and you just take your stylus, Deb, and run it down at your 2 1/8, and then go over to 2 3/8. And then you're going to come over here and do 4 5/8, and math was not my strong suit, and 4 7/8. So you have, I don't know if you can see that really well. I'll try to get it up closer. So you have it scored, which means that it doesn't go through the paper, but it gives you a place to score it, and a place to fold it. Okay. I'm going to bring out, now this is where I use my bone folder, and I like bling, so I have the Martha Stewart because it has bling on it. Now I don't know if she still has this one or not, but any bone folder will do. It doesn't have to be anything special. And a bone folder is just, it helps you crease your score lines, and that's what we're doing right now. It's just kind of creasing our score lines. Now, when I made a bunch of these the other day, I did not score them, and then my friend Sarah asked if I scored them, and I thought, well, I probably would make it a little bit easier. It just kind of holds it in place, I think, a little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to put some adhesive on this. Now, my favorite adhesive is this liquid glue. It does get kind of messy when you're doing things like this, so I won't use it on, oh, well, that's a lie. I will be using it on a lot of these, but what I'm going to use instead of liquid glue right now is some Score Pal tape. And I'm going to put it right along the edge. Score Pal tape you can find, we have a place out here, Deb, that's Archivers. I don't know whether you have one in Las Vegas or not. It is the same as the red tacky tape that Stampin' Up! Sells, and so it's exactly the same. But anyway, it's a real strong adhesive. If you're making any boxes, or if I send you any other patterns where I'm making boxes, I will either use Score Pal or Score Pal tape, red tacky tape, or my liquid glue. Those are the strongest ones that I have found. So now I'm going to take my candy bar, my little Mr. Hershey's candy bar, and I put it upside down just because it needs to go upside down. You can put it anyway. But you're going to peel off, sure you are, paper, and you're just going to get your candy bar where you want it, and you're just going to fold that down, and then you're going to do the same thing over here. This paper pulls off and the adhesive stays down, and I'll hold it up in just a minute. I don't have any fingernails right now. I don't know if you can see the adhesive, Deb. See how it stays on there like that? So it's just a really strong adhesive, and I just felt like on this part of them they needed a strong adhesive. Okay, so now I have my little candy bar done. Now I'm going to do his antlers. Let me show you what I used for his antlers. Now I've seen several things. People use several different things for antlers. I saw a really cute one over the weekend that's made from a leaf die. These are die cuts. This one is an old Stampin' Up! One. It's the Decorative Accents 2, and it cuts this piece out right here. And I have used this mostly for reindeer antlers, but I've used it for other things too, like if I want to put a swirly on a scrapbook page or not. And the part that I chose to use for my antlers is this part up here. So I'm just going to go in and snip a little off on each of these. So it kind of looks like that. You could use this part too. There's no reason why you couldn't cut it here and make another antler here. A friend of mine is going to try the lattice die that Stampin' Up! Sells too, to see what kind of results she gets. Okay, now these are his antlers. I did not do any dirtying on these because I was really in a hurry and I didn't think they really needed any. Here's my liquid glue that I'm going to use. You do not need a lot of this glue. Any people who have not used this glue or have used it and not liked it because it got everywhere, you're using too much. Do not use a lot of this glue. It does not take a lot. It grabs and it grabs fast. I also will let it set for just a few seconds while I'm talking to you, and then I will take it so it gets a little bit tacky, and I'm just going to slide it down in there. There's one antler. I don't know if I can get this where you can see it. That I can see it. Just slide. Oops. Don't do that. Slide it down in there. Voila. There's your antlers on your reindeer. Again, you could use either one of those, or you. I saw a maple leaf. They've taken a maple leaf, and that's what they use for their antlers. Okay, the next thing we're going to do here, so I'm going to bring these little pieces over here and tell you what you need when you do it. This is a 1 1/4 inch circle in red punch. This is a 1 3/4 circle inch punch. And you need 1 3/4 inch punch. And there's your scallop circle punch. It's the medium size scallop circle punch. You need 2 3/4 inch and 2 1/2 inch. And you need pop dots. Now, I am a pop dot snob. If anybody who knows me or comes to my classes, I like Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. Those are my favorite. I order 10 to 11 packages at a time. They just give it enough of a lift that you've got your dimension there, and I just like them. So I'm a snob. But I also wanted to, while we're making these things, show you now all the dots. I don't know if you can. It's kind of hard. There you go. All the dots are off of this page, but do not throw it away. I use these all the time. They're great for tinier pieces. They're great if you want to put a long strip on. So I'm going to be using some of these pieces today so you can see how I do that. Okay, I'm going to put 2 pop dots on this red here. And we're going to peel it off. Got to peel off this little paper. It comes off. And this is going to be his nose. I just want his nose to have a little bit of a dimension. So I pop dotted his nose. So we'll put that to the side. Okay, now you only need half of this scallop circle. So I cut it in half. And I am not one that uses my cutter a lot for cutting things in half. You can cut this with your cutter. I just think it's a waste to bring your cutter out to cut something so tiny. It doesn't really matter. And I just kind of go back.